Welcome to Forward Conversations. I'm Brandon Jessup, Chairman of Michigan Forward. On April 9th, 2009, the Detroit News made a statement that rings true almost 10 years later. The statement was, Governor John Engler has had more impact on the lives of Michiganians over the past decade than any other single person. And his deep imprint will be evident well into the next century. Regardless of how we personally measure John Engler as governor of Michigan, Michigan's governor carries a heavy impact on the future of Michigan. 2010 means a lot for our state's urban centers. It is the start of a new decade and a sign of progress. Each new decade brings with it the census, and this new decade also gives Michigan a chance to elect a new governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general, and secretary of state, as well as install a wealth of fresh faces into Michigan's legislative house. The last time Michigan's urban centers had this much on their plate was 1990. When then State Senator John Engler challenged then Governor James Blanchard to lead Michigan into the next decade. Amongst millions of residents that year, 17,000 voices decided the conservative state senator from Mount Pleasant should lead this state. Governor Engler went on to serve 3 consecutive terms as governor. That same decade, the U.S. Census saw Detroit as one of America's 10 largest cities. Detroit went forward into that decade to see a privatization of many public services, a crippled education system, and a consistent leak of jobs and residents for almost 2 decades. This year, we have powerful venues to provide our input on what our needs are and how we will address them. Michigan's urban centers, but specifically Detroit, must take full advantage of venues such as this year's census and this year's midterm election. Detroit is still the largest city in our state, tripling the population of our state's 2nd largest city. Census workers and affiliates will canvass miles of Detroit's real estate. They will take inventory of the 33,000 vacant homes in our city. But more importantly is the story of the communities devastated by anti-urban policies and agendas. They will also take inventory the economic distress in our communities and homes. The 2010 census is our opportunity to document our needs within our community without politics and bureaucracy. As gubernatorial candidates tour the state in search of support, the urban agenda should not be left as a talking point from the candidates. The urban agenda is our synopsis of what the needs of our community are, and each candidate for office should be prepared to provide a clear vision on how to address our needs effectively and adequately. 17,000 votes should not tell a second story of despair and stagnation for Detroit. Our aspirations and wants must be made clear at the ballot box this year, in both primary and general elections. Detroit, let's make 2010 a banner year. Stand up, be counted, and be heard. Mark your calendars for August 3rd and November 2nd as days for change. Make your conversation with the census count. Thank you for watching this episode of Forward Conversations. Please send us your feedback to info@michiganforward.org.